road walking out of Silver City. Going to hit the Gila River in about a day. Pretty excited about that. It's meant to be beautiful. However, the water levels are at about 254, which is actually okay. They say 200's great to cross it, or lower. 250 is doable. So I'm going with it's going to be great, but should make for some good videos. Going to do the Gila. As you watch the first day's walk towards the beginning of the Gila River, let me explain to you the fear-mongering that had been occurring in the week before about the water levels. There are mixed reports of what the flow rate should be, particularly for the lower Gila leading into Doc Campbell's to cross safely. In the lead up to this week, the levels had fluctuated, leading many people to skip the alternate altogether, or to do an alternate to Doc Campbell's, despite the fact that it's meant to be one of the most beautiful sections. Having done the PCT in a high snow year, I have encountered a lot of fear-mongering about what is possible or not, and my own personal preference is to go and see for myself, assess if it is within my skill set and risk tolerance, and then have a plan B if I need to turn around. But it is not to be fear-mongered out of something before even seeing it for myself. The walk towards the Gila River was beautiful, with red rock, Mars-like scenery, and then we even had a bit of a scramble and route finding, which I quite enjoyed doing. Heading into the Gila today, and it is a little chilly, so we'll see how that goes. Nice little morning climb to start us off, somewhere heading up there to the saddle. I am on my way down to the Gila River. It's in about 3 miles, so should be there soon. However, the terrain is a bit rocky on the way down, so that is slowing me down. On the day we were to start crossing the river, it was not the crossings I was worried about, but the temperature, and being in the water as someone who feels the cold. The high for the day was meant to be 59 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius. Turns out I should have been a little bit more worried about the crossings. Watch to the end to see the casualties of the Gila. The temperature ended up being fine, but a few of the crossings were challenging for someone my height and the shortest in my group at 5'5". But I don't have a video of those crossings because no one is pulling out a phone at those times. At a few of the crossings I needed help to be stabilised against the current to cross, and a few I backed out of and found a better place to cross where the current was less strong. But I'm glad that the fear-mongering didn't get to me, as I loved the section, and despite some challenging crossings, I never fell outside of my skill set or risk tolerance. Let me show you why we have to cross the Gila so often. We're walking along one side and you get to an area where it cliffs you out and you can't continue, so you need to cross. Continue on the other side where it's flat, and the same thing happens again on the other side. Exhibit B, pushed out again. So now Now we cross to the other side and continue.
That is not red from sunburn. That is red from cold morning water.
At the end of the lower Gila, we enjoyed a swim.
Road walking into Doc's.
Then we headed into Doc Campbell's, a small store just outside the Gila cliff dwellings, and enjoyed soaking in hot springs that night.
Hi, Ellie. Hi. Hi. Hi, Ellie. Where's Ellie? Where's Ellie? Where's Ellie? Oh, there's Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
The second section of the Gila alternate out of Doc Campbell's allowed for a short side trip to the Gila cliff dwellings, which are well worth the short detour. The Gila cliff dwellings is what remains of the Mongolian people and the homes that they built within the cliffside over 700 years ago as they moved into the area using the Gila River as a source of life. From the cliff dwellings, we took the high route for a short stretch, then descended back to the Gila River via a beautiful canyon. We then proceeded to walk up the middle fork of the Gila River for the next 2 days, with another stop at a natural hot spring. The camera does not do justice to just how beautiful the towering cliffs and gorgeous canyon were.
Shorts by my head, socks up there, at least it's not my undies. Got a hot drink, living the life.
After over 150 river crossings and 4 days, the main crossings of the Gila came to an end at beautiful Snow Lake. Although the next day there were a few miles of crossings of a small tributary of the Gila.
Last crossing of the Gila.
Then it was 20 miles of forest and back road walking, some of which was through a prescribed burn, before getting back onto the main CDT.
Finished the Gila alternate.
Yay!
Back on the red line. First CDT marker since starting the alternate.
At the end of that section, I hitched into reserve, a quaint town, but at 25 miles from the CDT on a not heavily trafficked road means it gets only 3.5 hiking poles.
These are the casualties of the Gila River. Hole in my sock. Hole in this sock as well. Leading to blister number 1 down here. And that is gunk from the tape, not dirt. Blister number 2 over here. Plus some good leg scratches. Another good one around here. And then I did have some thigh chafe, but
Yeah, you see it.
that's kind of gone away. So, casualties of the Gila.